Hey everybody, welcome to Cineprov Presents How to Say No. I'm Larry Johnson.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Molly. So, how to say no to moral maturity? Oh, this should be good.
Evelyn Duval. She is a collaborator!
Good evening.
How to say no.
To plaid
That's
shirts.
the subject under discussion. And there are plenty of times in life when you have to say no.
Like when your mom
Fortunately,
suggests you wear a
sometimes
tablecloth.
It's easy. Saying no to the time is as simple as this.
No.
Bitch.
Thanks for asking me, but no.
I don't want to have phone sex with you.
Yes, sometimes just plain no is best. But sometimes such a direct no would offend people.
We're
Cause you
offended.
to lose your friends. Make you seem to disapprove of them.
And if you just take a subscription for only 1 year, I can get that bicycle.
No, goddammit, no!
Well, new suit,
Ah, Minnie Pearl! Oh, it's you,
new
honey.
hat,
New wife.
new gloves. Do you like them?
I knew 15 pounds on that ass.
If I say yes, will I get a Hummer?
Oh, we're through with that guy. Yeah. Too chicken to pick up some dames with us.
Dames? Is this
You're
self-specific?
coming, aren't you, Johnny?
Well, I'm not a dame.
Well,
Wait, is this how to say well?
how can you say no and still keep your friends? Now, that's quite a problem sometimes. Well, let's sit in on a discussion of that problem.
Pay no attention to the friends behind the curtain.
Come in.
Oh, thank God we can breathe
Some of my
again.
friends. I think you'll find they have helpful opinions.
And terrible skin.
I'd like to present Marty
Sorry about his face.
and Lucy,
We call her the prude.
Nora, and Howie.
Hi, gang.
Oh, and I'm Bill.
But you can call
Well,
me the
we're going
geek.
to discuss saying no and still
That
keeping
mirror
your
would be
friends.
really good for looking down his back.
But you'll see better what we mean if we get right to our examples. Marty, I believe you had an incident you wanted us to discuss.
Well,
Hi, I'm Marty, and I'm an alcoholic.
the fellows and I often stop somewhere for a snack after
I imagine
a
they
game
snack
or
on
after
lemons based
practice.
on his mouth.
It's usually just an ordinary place where you can get a good sandwich. But sometimes the fellows pick a tavern.
Hey, where's Arnold
Hey,
in
man.
the Happy Days gang?
No service here.
So, no
Oh,
customers
but
and the
let's have
bartender
a
still
drink.
couldn't clean off that
Drink.
table?
Should we just
Sure,
drink
why
these beers
can't-
they left us?
Well, I dare you. What do you mean, dare? A drink never hurt anybody, eh, Marty?
Just ask any alcoholic.
Well, up, boy.
Absent
have a
for
beer.
everyone.
Me too.
Beer? Huh. Scotch and soda for us, eh, Marty?
I'll just have the fade to black.
Well, that's the situation. What can I say?
I'm a big pussy.
Well, I want to get along well with those fellows on the team. I don't want them to think I'm a drip.
Even though I am a
Couldn't you
trip.
just tell them you're
Honey,
in
the men
training?
are talking.
Well, those fellows are supposed to be in training, too.
Well, that makes it harder.
That's
No
what
wonder
she
we lost
said.
so many games.
In the Korean War.
Oh, losing games due to alcoholism is fun.
themselves if they're in training. Why couldn't you just order something else?
Like hashish.
Maybe. How? What would I say?
Well, just whatever you would say anyway, if you were ordering. Don't you think that he should be direct?
No.
Sure. Yeah, I
No,
think
no,
so.
that's crazy.
Without making any fuss about it. Just order what you want.
Well, let's see. How would that go?
A little something like this.
Scotch and soda for us, eh, Marty? I'll take a double hamburger.
But let's beat him up.
No drink? No, I'm hungry. Yeah, I think that might work. You know, I'll try it next time.
I don't think it'll work at all. Not if the boys are at all insistent. Maybe they'll let it go at that, but there are a lot of kids who won't give in so easily.
Like Lindsay Lohan.
Let me tell you, happens all the time at pajama parties, for
I think it would
example.
go something like
We
this.
get all settled down and the hostess mother's safely out of the way. And then,
Dildo fight!
boy, I'm dying for a smoke. How about you girls?
Heroin, Mary?
Mary? Well, thanks. Nora?
I'll just
No,
have a
thanks.
double hamburger
I got
with
some gum
cheese.
somewhere.
She's wearing very formal pajamas.
Light?
Camera? Action?
sure you won't, Nora?
No, thanks, really. I'd rather have the gum.
Instead of
come
lung
on, Nora,
cancer.
be a good sport. Yes, try it. Just this once. Here, take a puff on mine.
It was like the Johnny Penis
See what
incident
I
all
mean?
over again.
No just doesn't mean no to some people.
No means anal
Well,
to some
I don't
people.
think she's very much of a hostess. If she forces things on you like that,
Well, there's some consolation in that.
Yeah, she'll die of
But
cancer soon enough
seriously.
anyway.
I can't give up a friend just because of one little fault like that.
2 little faults and you're
How
out.
can I say no and really make it stick?
Why don't you try some parlor tricks? You can always distract attention with a good card trick. Here,
Oh,
take card,
oh,
take card, take card.
Thanks a lot,
You're the one
David
that's distracting
Blaine.
now.
No, wait. Distraction is an answer.
Not a good
I don't
answer,
mean card
but an
tricks,
answer.
But you can say no and change the subject.
Please change
Bring
the
up
subject
the latest
now.
gossip.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah, spreading rumors and lies about people is way easier.
Well, let's see how that might work.
I think it would go something like this.
here, take a puff on mine.
No thanks, Rose.
Oh, go ahead.
Say, have you heard about Ted and Margaret breaking up?
No.
And with twins on the way.
Well, who's she out after now?
The entire track
Yes,
team.
what's the story?
Morning
Well, I
glory.
guess that Ted is... That may be a pretty rosy version of what would happen. It might work, though.
As long as people keep breaking up.
Distraction, change the subject.
It takes more than changing the subject to... Well, what about the problem of
My haircut.
boys?
Bum, bum, bum.
There. Well, their hands, you know.
Lucy, you promised not to tell.
Oh,
Oh, that was a perfect opportunity to kick him in the face.
But seriously, I've run into problems like this a lot. You get home from a date, and it's still early enough to stay outside for a while to talk.
And by talk, I mean
Some
fellatio.
talk. It's a funny thing. This boy has probably been good company on the date, but just give him half a chance.
And he turns into Ted
alone,
Bundy.
And there's just no stopping him.
They just won't stop
Moral.
raping me.
Don't spend time alone with him.
Yeah, never be
Don't
alone on
get
your
into a
date.
situation like that.
Oh, it isn't quite as simple as that, is it? He has to take you home sometime.
You
Hey-oh.
ask him in. Your folks are up. You have something to eat in the kitchen, and then
Maybe
you
a
say
handy
goodnight.
under the table?
That's a help, all right. But really, you can't help getting into situations where petting's likely to start.
Especially at a petting
When you
zoo.
date in a car,
Dating
at
in
the
a
movies,
car? Okay, so
even
you're a
in your own
hooker.
home, watching television.
The worst place of all.
You know, I never thought of that before.
Oh my god, shut the hell up, Howie.
Well, why don't we take some cases, starting with yours, Lucy, and show just how you can say no.
All right. We'll say that this time
I forgot my
didn't plan
diaphragm.
ahead. And here we are.
I think it would go something
on the
like
front
this.
steps.
I have my
Tell me,
period.
what are you going out for in the track meet next Saturday?
Javelin
Oh, the
catch?
relays, I guess.
Oh, how wonderful.
Or take the case of the girl who finds herself in this situation.
I have my period.
Is anybody else hungry?
How about
it, you two?
I got some tube steak covered in underwear for you.
Just a minute.
You can't
I'm
always
not sure
have
those
your
are very good
period.
examples. Well, that poor guy in the front seat of the car sure was mad.
Balls as
And
blue
other
as the
guy-
sky.
It's not easy, you know. Why, you have to have a whole bag full of tricks to handle situations because each one is different.
That's
Wait,
right.
is she talking about
Some fellas
penises now?
react differently. Seriously,
You?
Annoying?
you girls seem to think it's always the boy who starts things.
Oh, naturally.
Oh, no, Lucy. Sometimes we're partly to blame.
I mean, look how
When
we
little
dress,
attention
Lucy.
goes on, and then it's hard to stop.
There are times when it's up to the boy to say no.
Like if it's stinky
Some fellows seem to
downstairs.
think that petting's, well, the thing to do.
And some girls think that they have to permit it for date
The
insurance.
popular ones, yeah.
Well, each of us has to set his own standards, I guess.
Well, set them
but
low,
those
honey.
standards vary with a lot of things. If you really like a boy, you want to be close. You want to hold hands, maybe a goodnight kiss, and so on.
Maybe a pity bang.
It's the and so ons that are troublesome.
I do love a good and so on
But,
job.
well, I think the important thing is to know yourself
And know
and
your enemy.
standards. Know when and how you're going to say no, but in advance.
It's best to be
Even
psychic.
then, it takes all the ingenuity you have.
Well, I think we've cleared the air a bit. And we've outlined some skills in saying no and still keeping your friends.
Of course, you'll never
I
get a
think we ought to
second
list
date.
them again and review.
No!
Lucy?
Try to avoid difficult situations.
Like
Howie?
thinking.
Distraction. Change
Did you
the
just
subject.
fart?
Nora?
Know
Periods.
exactly when
All
you
the
want to say
time.
no and be definite.
Marty. And then say no. Friendly as possible, but still no.
But don't be too preachy.
Way too late for that,
Well, I
tablecloth.
think there are some good ideas here. What do you think?
No!
How about talking this problem over? It's worth some effort to learn how to say no and still keep your friends.
Were those friends really worth keeping?
The end of any of them having friends ever again. Thanks for joining Cineprov. Visit us at cineprov.com.